Sled Trails is sponsored by Shell Canada Products, Smith Optics, and HMK Snowmobiling. Welcome to Sled Trails. I'm Brad Ewan. Today we're at Power Sports Regina in Saskatchewan. But first, let's go up to northern Saskatchewan to Pine Ridge Resort. And we're going to hook up with a local snowmobile club, the Forest Fringe Snowmobile Trail Association.
And been renting snowmobiles since 1997. Started off with just a couple sleds, and then it progressed up to, I got 6 sleds right now. I rent all Polaris's. My clientele and stuff like that is mainly from Saskatchewan. Most of them from Saskatoon, Regina, southern Saskatchewan, because people don't want to come up here and bring their own sleds, it's too far.
Hear the sound of your heart beating in the back of my mind. What I need here is a friend to get me through.
Our season usually starts about the 15th of December and runs till sometimes the middle of March, sometimes the end of March. Usually about 90 days of snowmobiling here in northern Saskatchewan.
It seems so clear. I'm hoping for a brighter future, but in my head I hear the voice.
I have maps for our trail system. There's along the edge of the Saskatchewan River where there's river breaks and stuff like that. A guy can go snowmobiling in that area. I try to describe to him where the trail is, and there's 3 warm-up shacks on our trail system. And there's lots of wood in each of the shacks and stuff like that. There's places on the snowmobiles to put, lunch and stuff. So if that's what they want to do, they can do that. If you want to have some fun, there's fun to be had because of the river breaks and stuff like that. If you're into getting a little bit of air, there's that available too. So.
But what I need right now, I'm my friend. So what I need here is a friend to get me through this. All I need is
in this area here, it's very beautiful. All the trails are all groomed really nice, and we have a mixed forest. We have spruce, jack pine, poplar, this type of thing, and there's lots of wildlife in the area you see along the trails.
future. But in my head I hear the voice of a desperate man. Yeah, in my head I hear the voice of a desperate man.
Most of the people that are on this ride today belong to the Esker Bear Snowmobile Club. And we started in 1991, and we just loved this area and wanted other people to be able to travel, safely through the area too. And so we bought a groomer, put in all these volunteer hours, had to raise money to pay for the groomer. We groomed 350 kilometers of trail.
If I was sweet and charming too, would you sing with me in harmony?
Snowmobiling is a family sport. It doesn't matter what age you are. You can be a young couple, have young children. There are methods of traveling with children, so it's really nice and comfortable for them. Teenagers certainly don't mind riding these snowmobiles either. And then you get the fellas and the girls that are my age, and we enjoy the trails too. We like getting outdoors and having a great time. We also have warm-up shelters and facilities for men and women.
Would you let me pick you up, oh darling, when you're falling down in blue?
You notice the trail permit on this machine? They're very important to the snowmobile clubs to keep the groomed trails just as nice as they are. It helps them fund the trails. And actually, trail permits are mandatory in Saskatchewan on designated trails. A lot of winding trails, beautiful up and down, small hills, larger hills, just beautiful rolling trails, beautiful spruce, pine, fir, just laden with snow and just gorgeous winter scenery.
I think Saskatchewan's nothing but flat land. But they've never really got up in the north and places, where they can see the difference. If you drive across southern Saskatchewan, it's flat, there's no doubt about it. But up here, it's totally different. When we first started the club, there was a group of about 5 of us. We'd tear around these trails until 2 o'clock in the morning lots of times, just having a ball, you know. And of course they weren't groomed or nothing, eh? So it's been really a real experience. Like, I've lived here now for 10 years, and I think it's just, well, like the chap from Alberta said, we are the Yellowstone of Saskatchewan, definitely.
'Cause I'm singing this for you. Won't you pick me up now, dog?
Come snowmobiling at any of the Escobar trails, Nipawin trails, any of the trails in the Forest Fringe Snowmobile Trail Association. We'd love to have you come and visit us.
Welcome back to Sled Trails. Let's make our way out to Saskatchewan, meet the Prairie Boys and their toys, and check out their new flick, Adrenaline Junkies. But first, let's check in with the Canadian Avalanche Centre and some of the stats on backcountry sledding.
Hi, I'm John Kelly with the Canadian Avalanche Centre in Revelstoke. In Canada, our avalanche, a number of deaths from avalanches per year has been rising slowly since the 1970s. And right now we're, depending on how you look at the averages, we're about 12 to 15 avalanche fatalities per year in Canada. An interesting thing is that not all of these avalanche accidents are in Western Canada. There's a fair proportion that are in Quebec and Newfoundland, as well as some up in the Eastern Arctic. So it's pretty much all over the country that you do have avalanche accidents. By far the biggest proportion of accidents are young men aged 20 to 29. There's been a lot of suggestions towards that, but we really don't have any conclusions. We just do know that that is the group that's most at risk for getting into avalanche accidents. Avalanche accidents are most likely to happen in March. And there's a number of reasons for that, but one of the main reasons is because by March you've got a very significant snowpack that may have a lot of weak layers and good weather that gets people out into the mountain. Here's a chart that shows the different numbers of accidents by type of activity. We're starting to get more and more until in 2003 we peaked with 9 fatalities for snowmobilers. Currently, snowmobilers represent about a quarter of all avalanche fatalities on average in any given year, but that proportion is growing. Yeah, anyone, of course, avalanche courses, recreational avalanche courses are available to anyone. They're on our website at avalanche.ca. There's a list of recreational providers. They're pretty much all over Western Canada, some in Eastern Canada as well. Recreational courses are happening almost every week of the winter in many areas. You just have to look up on the website and find out. The course materials are often pretty standardized. The Canadian Avalanche Centre puts out one set of course materials, and these are available for many of the providers in Canada are using these course materials, so they'd be pretty standard throughout, no matter where you're taking the course. We've got a whole bunch of different publications oriented towards different user groups. We do have a publication that's specifically geared towards people snowmobiling. It's available through our website. You can order it online, or you can even phone up and we can send a copy anywhere.
After that, I'll get back to the subject, which is respect, is what I gave everyone I met. Now I bought some mic check to run out all these.
All along
opiate, no locks and dates. I'm wide awake. This opiate, no locks and dates. I'm wide awake. This opiate, no locks and dates. I'm wide awake. This opiate, no locks and dates.
Hi, welcome to Sled Trails. I'm Jason Schwartz at Power Sports Regina in Saskatchewan. Today we're going to show you how to adjust your clickers on your primary clutch, either to raise or lower your RPMs. If you're out trail riding and you realize that you're over-revving your engine or you're not pulling enough revs, you would want to adjust your primary clutch clickers. Bombardier supplies a toolkit. It's in a little compartment there. You unroll it. And it is a 10 and a 13 mil wrench in one to adjust your clickers on your clutch. These are the clickers here. There's numbers around them. And to adjust them, loosen the bottom nut. Being careful not to move the bolt, take the bolt right out. Just raise it up enough so you can turn the bolt. And there's numbers on there. So if you go from 5 to 6, it raises the RPM up by 200, and from 5 to 4 would lower your RPM by 200. If you're watching your attack as you go in full throttle and you're revving too high, like over 8,000, you'd want to turn your clickers down one notch, so bring your RPMs back down to max RPM. And it's very important that if you change your clicker number, that you'd want to change them all to the same number on all 3 clickers. Now that we know how to adjust our clutch, let's check out the boys at the Big Iron Shootout in Revelstoke.
Hey, I wanna tell you, it's alright now, it's okay.
I guess what's unique here is that, Revelstoke is known as the snowmobile capital in Canada. It gets more snow than any other place. I mean, the mountains around here and the powder snow is just dramatic. I mean, the difference from here to up there is just like night and day.
How many people would say? I would be guessing like maybe 1,200, 1,500 maybe. I think they had 600 or 700 then. I mean, like about half of what it is now.
Especially when there's a lot of machines like this come, I put extra people on duty, we do extra patrols, we spend a lot of time setting up surveillance in the area and watching and who's coming and who's going. And we stop everybody too, check trucks, check the snow machines and the ATVs. So we find that that's very, very positive.
And you know what? We don't have a problem with the whole thing. It's great. It's great exposure for the town, and it's good business. And people come out, they have fun. We're just here just to make sure that people don't get out of hand with the alcohol and the drugs or whatever some guys like to do.
And I mean, if I was an active, avid sledder, this is the place I'd come because it's just tremendous in terms of the terrain and the kind of snow it is and the conditions. And it's a real neat place. I really enjoy living here.
You're watching the Big Iron Shootout on Sled Trails.
You're not watching, you live the life that your mother made you.
Then on to the Sugar Bowl, where the boys with the horsepower were tearing up the mountain.
Welcome to the Sugar Bowl.
Hey, better throw some water on them. That's one lucky little bumblebee. It keeps on getting steeper as the boys go play in the bullpen. Nice there, Brett. Looks like your turbo is flying today. Nothing like 1,000 horsepower racing up the hillside. Then on to Turbo Mountain. Seems like such a long ways on a sled, but in the helicopter it's just a hop, skip, and a jump away.
The Big Iron Shootout in Revelstoke, British Columbia. Man, that's all about bank. Let's check in with our Extreme DVD of the Week, Thunderstruck 3.
I'm a messed up mix man, looking for the next plan, waiting on the Sandman to knock me out. I'm a dressed up dead man, Tangerine in one hand, waking up the old man to knock me out. I'm a sunny day believer, and my grass is always greener, tasting life is so much sweeter when I lie. taking it when I can, waiting for the holy man to strike me. I'm a sunny day believer, and my grass is always greener. Tasting life is so much sweeter when I lie. I'm a sunny day believer, got my life inside a theater. I will burn you like a fever when I try. When I
Who knew? Northern Saskatchewan, fresh pow, trees, rolling hills, unreal. Special thanks to Power Sports Regina in Saskatchewan. Sled Trails is sponsored by Shell Canada Products, Smith Optics, and HMK Snowmobiling.